Is bedtime like at your house? You know, Mom, I just need one more drink of water. I need to use the bathroom. How about one more book? It's the same everywhere, isn't it?
It is.
Right?
It is. Yep. Every
We've
kid's
all
different.
been there. They come up with every excuse in the book. So this morning, our mommy panel is tackling the question of to answer some of the biggest sleep problems we all face. So we have Jill, we have April, we have Makita joining us this morning, and we want to start with the babies. None of us have babies currently, but we all remember,
Yes.
so for folks out there who do. And one of the biggest debates is, do you let the baby cry it out or do you not? What did you guys do?
With my son, I did. My daughter, I didn't. I mean, I think each kid, we were talking before the segment, each child's different. And so you have to kind of adapt, and there's just not one rule, unfortunately.
The second one wore you down?
Yes.
Yeah. That's usually how it
I
goes.
was so sleep deprived.
Exactly. You just do what you have to do to get by, basically.
Right. And I was blessed. My 3 older boys actually slept through the night. And I know there's kind of a no-no now about co-sleeping sometimes just because of safety. But they did learn to nurse all night. It was my daughter, and I was over 40. And so she was the one that decided that she did not want to sleep through the night. And so after having 3 kids already, that was very, a big traumatic event for us. So when we moved her into her room at about 6 or 7 months by herself, by the time she learned how to walk, she just climbed out of the crib and came into the room. So
I have
kind
one
of
of
never
those
was
too.
one of those issues that they just kind of did what they wanted to do.
My second daughter, I remember sleeping on her bedroom floor and holding her little hand between the bars of her crib, trying to please just go to sleep in your
night,
bed,
night.
because we co-slept
I'll give you
also.
as much money as you want.
Whatever.
It was brutal. Makita, how about
My
you?
first one slept through the night immediately, and that's how they get you. That's how you have more.
That's how you have more.
He was perfect. My daughter still
God's
hasn't
little
slept through
trick.
the night, and she's 13. So there was no sleeping through the night. I didn't let her cry it out. Sometimes she cried, sometimes she nursed. She did whatever she wanted. Still
Right.
doesn't sleep. And my little one actually did sleep a little bit, but I never let them cry it out. It's just like they're only little for so long, so pick them up.
Let's move on to older kids. The recommended amounts of sleep always blow me away for how much kids should be sleeping. 9 to 11 hours for school-age kids, depending on their age. But with after-school activities and homework, and especially I'm realizing with the third one, I mean, the first one, it was like actually had a bedtime. The third one, it's like, okay, when we get home from picking everybody up and, doing whatever we need to do, go to bed. What are you guys finding? Do you have
My third
bedtimes?
one
Do you have
is
what's
my
working?
take-along baby. I call him. He was my take. Whatever practice, whatever game, whatever activity, you just have to go with me.
Right.
And then so I've kind of figured out kind of a car system. So he gets to play his games and have screen time in the car when we're doing all of the pickup things. And then when we get home, I take that device
boom.
and he's got to do showers, brush teeth, that kind of thing, and go to bed because he's always with me wherever
Always
we're going.
on the go.
Yeah.
And it's just a balance. My kids are in tons of activities. I think we play every sport. And so when my older boys who are playing college football now, when they were younger, and I have a 13-year-old that has an event, track, basketball, volleyball, cheerleading every night. And so, but they're all really, really good sleepers. And so they kind of manage their time in that area, and they do go to sleep. But we're finding, my husband and I go to sleep like 2 hours after they do and wake up about 2 hours before they do. And our school did a great job. Bishop Miege actually did a later start time because we're about
Nice.
20 miles
Brilliant.
away. So they're starting their classes at 8:40 instead of 7:20. And that extra hour really did help. And I did see that their mood changed, even though it's still hard for them to get out of bed.
Yeah.
It really did help. And that was one of those things I was kind of fighting against, but it really was the best decision.
I've always wondered about start times at schools too, because in high school, as kids get older,
crazy.
they need more sleep. You'd think that they'd have the later start time, but they have the earlier sleep time. Let's talk homework with you, because I know that's something, getting that done.
Well, no, I mean, I really pulled my son aside and I said, all right, this is how many hours of sleep you need. This is how many hours are in the day. Let's figure this out. And, I kind of guided him to make the decisions so that he could understand, okay, I need this much sleep, but if I am in this many activities and I have this much homework, then I have to pull back in these other areas. So, it's just kind of teaching them lifelong lessons, I think, at the same time. But now he goes to sleep and he's like, all right, I made this decision. It's time for me to go to bed. I need to rest.
Very good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Our first mommy panel in our new studio. I love it. If you have ideas for our mommy panel, a topic you want us to tackle, submit them on our Facebook page. Just search fox4kc.com. All right.